These are the 10th anniversary gates. So Richard Quinnell, who was a British blacksmith, designed these gates, and then blacksmiths from across the country sent in these little medallions, and there's some really, really interesting ones. Some of them are forged, some of them are cast. These are my favorite over here. I have to show you these. The tea and the saucer. And then these are just great, the hamburger and fries. There's some really, really spectacular pieces out here. I feel like you could spend an hour out here just looking at each one. It's a beautiful piece. That's Fuller, the shop cat. Fuller, come here. My name is Mary Katherine Floyd. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I came to the Metals Museum in February to begin my residency here. I worked for a blacksmith in Missouri for about 1.5 years, and before that I'd been doing fiber works at Appalachian State University. So didn't know much about metals, but just had this opportunity to go work with another blacksmith and a metalsmith. It evolved, and like everybody says here, blacksmithing or metalsmithing kind of finds you. It's always by accident. It's never like, I'm gonna be a blacksmith or a metalsmith, but you know, I did glass blowing, and then I'm doing metalwork now. I started in fiber arts. In fiber arts, I was really interested in texture and skin and like the tactile. I would build these like houses, like house frames, and then I would cover them with a fiber skin and beeswax and do a lot of hand stitching. And then I looked at these forms that I was making out of steel and realized those were just as important and maybe should be viewed by themselves. When I worked in Missouri, I felt like I kind of skipped a lot of the beginners. So actually one of the first things I did when I came here was took like an intermediate blacksmithing class, and I learned a lot, but I still need to continue practicing those skills. Well, there's a lot to learn about blacksmithing and metalsmithing, and I'm still such a beginner. Mainly when I make my pieces, I fabricate a lot, and I use the forge quite a bit, but not as much as I could and not as much as I want to. To become a master, it would take, of course, you know, a lifetime to understand all these different procedures and techniques, and I don't know much, but I'm interested, and hopefully I will continue to learn. And the Metals Museum has been a great place to learn because I am surrounded by so many talented blacksmiths and metalsmiths. They are always willing to help, no matter what. They'd put down everything and help me learn or help anyone else learn. Yeah. Right now, the series that I'm into, I'm stitching or kind of weaving metal. Actually, Jim helped me design this, but I took a bunch of angle, so it's like this stair-step pattern on this press, and then I stick my flat sheet, this has already been pressed, and then just come down with a lot of pressure, and then it forms this corrugated steel. And then from here, I drill a bunch of holes, and I can show you what it looks like after it's pressed flat again, after it has the stitches in it. I take a piece of sheet metal and I corrugate, like in between cardboard, corrugate the metal, and then drill 1,000,000 holes, it seems like, then stick straight stock in and press it flat so it looks like a piece of material that has been stitched. And then I take that, and what I'm doing right now is I'm sculpting with that. I'm making some vessels, and eventually I would really like to make some large-scale pieces that could go out here. I've been working with panels. It takes about 30 hours to do a panel this large. It's really time-consuming, and I know I should find a quicker way to do this, but I love this process. I love the different elements, the drilling and I get to use the power hammer in the forge, and there's a little bit of everything. It's not all, you know, standing in front of the fire, and it's not all standing in front of the drill press, so it's kind of nice. I live right over here in the duplex, so I get up and I walk, I don't know, 200 yards, go into the shop and light a forge some days. Some days some other people light a forge, and we'll go and steal a little bit of their coal and put it in our fire. And it's a really fun working environment. Everybody loves what they're doing here, so it rubs off. I really do feel like the people who work over there and over in the museum really care about each other. This place is a family. I took a year in blue glass in England, and I found that to be so secretive, like the community and kind of always competing with one another. But here we want to take this craft further, so we're going to share as much as we can with one another. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, yeah. It's like this little oasis in Memphis, and absolutely love it. Art makes you think in different ways, and that is really important, especially today. It can be anything and everything. It can, you know, say something political. It can just be about surface. It can just be about a form or a masculine, feminine struggle, or it can be about anything. We need art to teach us. I love it here. I absolutely love it here, and I'm trying to scheme a way to stay here longer. I don't want to leave, because a year is just, it's not going to be long enough. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this family that I've made, and I'm gonna try to weasel my way in maybe a permanent position, forever and ever. They can't get rid of me.